My name's Allie. I'm 22 years old and I've been training here for almost 8 months now. My squat started at 55 pounds. Now it's at 201 for 2 singles. And my bench started at, I think, around 60 pounds, and now it's at 100 pounds. And my press is like 72 at the most, but it started at 30 pounds. And then my deadlift started at 95 pounds, and now the heaviest is 190. Okay. So I know for sure I've lost about 2 inches off my waist just from like wearing the same belt and the notches going down. And I took measurements a few months back for the first time, and chest was 35 and a quarter, waist was 29 and a half, and hips were 39. And then about 3 months later now, I just took them again, and chest was 35 and 3/4, waist is 29 inches, and hips 40. So it's looking good. So I've lost about 2 inches off my waist, and chest and hips have gotten bigger. It's not traditional, but even before I started here, so I've been here 8 months, but about a year ago I started eating 1 to 2 pounds of ground beef every day. And so that's helped a lot, because when I was talking to Paul, I think I had a rough day one day with my lifts and they weren't looking as good. And he's like, well, what'd you have for breakfast? And he's like, was it a smoothie? I was like, no, it's embarrassing. I don't want to tell you. He's like, just tell me. I was like, it's a pound of ground beef. And he was impressed by that. And so it made me feel good. But so I've still been doing that now pretty consistently every day. And also because of that, he seemed to be impressed with like for how long my weight was able to go up for my linear progression. So and my sister, she started working out here too, and her linear progression stopped way earlier than mine, and I attribute that partially to, well, wasn't eating enough, but she wasn't eating enough protein either. So I'm 5'2" and currently weigh about 130 pounds. When I started, I weighed 137 pounds, but during my first few months, I gained about 5 pounds. But now, 8 months, so down to about 130. So yeah, so before I came here, I was lifting by myself and with a gym buddy, but I just had a lot of back pain, and I wasn't going consistently, and so I was like, well, I did a little Google search, which I did every couple months to try and find somewhere that didn't look intimidating to come lift weights. And I found this place, and it just opened, and so I just signed up for an intro, and all the coaches are super nice, and they just give you like the immediate feedback you need to improve your lifts and do it safely. So that's very comforting. It's really nice because the coaches here, like, they do the programming for you, they talk you through it, and then with me, it's like, with guys that do bigger jumps, we're like, oh, like 2.5 pounds here, or, we need to lower it, and it's just very customized, which I can appreciate because I didn't know what I was doing. So I started in July, and then I dragged my little brother here. He was about to leave for the Navy a month later, and so he got to lift for a few months before he left, and he gained 20 pounds, so he was 140, and then left at 160, and we've actually talked to him. He's been able to maintain, so that's good. And I don't remember all of his lifts, but I know his deadlift or his squat when he left was 315, and he physically had changed, and like he's just a lot bigger now, so I know that makes him happy. And I also more recently referred my 2 other siblings. So I had 2 brothers, and then one of my sisters came, and they're more recent, but they're still making progress and doing well, and I know that they like it here too. Just stick with it, because it just takes some consistency, and whether or not like the scale's going up, like for sure that you're getting stronger, so it's got to be muscle, and whether or not like everything else is evening out, like you're just going to recomposition, and you just got to wait for it and eat a lot of ground beef. So.